All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Modern Goonies podcast. I'm your host, Trevor King Minor, and today we're sitting down to do another episode of The Weekly Charles, an episode where Charles and I sit down and discuss strange news stories throughout the week, along with things that have happened in our own lives that might be a little strange. All right, so Charles, man, it's been a long and interesting week. How are you, buddy? I know you're fucking tired tonight.
I am exhausted.
Charles has been working a lot of overtime here lately because he's the only one who's good at his job right now. So they're just sending him all over the map. He's about to be taking a trip to El Paso all by himself, that lovely 9-hour drive.
I wouldn't say I'm the only good one, but
yeah,
I'm the only one that seems to be on these jobs that are doing quote-unquote fantastic. Let's put it that way.
Ride the winning horse, my friend. Okay, so why don't we get into it? So, I promised you guys that we would be bringing you a lot of sexually charged content, and Charles has a story from his own life this week that is pretty much just that. So, Charles, I actually don't know the whole story because I wanted you to tell it on the podcast. So, go ahead, man. What happened to you?
So, I was going to my third job for the day. This was, I think, yesterday, right?
It was, either yesterday or the day before.
I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. So I was going to my third job for the day, and I'm not going to say where it was, but at this particular job, it was a new construction it was like a renovation of a building. So there's a construction area, and then there's still an area where people, still worked. Mm. And there was two construction areas in the building. I went to the first one, talked to the GC, realized I needed to go to the other one to take a look at something. Mm-hmm. So I went from one construction site to the other, and in the process, I needed to get past this front desk and actually go behind it to get through the door to the second one. Mm-hmm. Well, walking, there's this really nice older woman and another nice older woman. One looked a little bit older than the other, and they looked at me, smiled, and asked how I was doing. I was like, I'm doing good. And I looked at the desk, and they're like, can I help you with anything? I was like, well, I just need to squeeze past to get past the desk to get through the door. And the older of the two women looked at me, smiled, and just said, oh, yeah, go right ahead, sweetie. And then as I'm walking, I notice her, looking down and start saying, I'd love to watch you squeeze right through. And I was baffled. I laughed and continued on. And it was just funny. And then
for anyone that doesn't know, Charles has himself a fucking badoink, man. Charles's ass is fucking scrumptious.
I'm not gonna lie, started doing leg days again, and my jeans getting a little bit tighter. So
well, even the old receptionist women are starting to notice. Dude, you got an ass that people who have never known you. I remember when we met Viv's friend, and we were in New Orleans.
Oh yeah,
and you were just kind of walking around talking and whatnot, and she's standing there and she looks directly at Viv, and she's like, "God damn, he's got an ass!" Just fucking.
So my perspective of that was actually funnier because all of a sudden I just hear, damn, Charles. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, geez, what the hell happened now? Because this is post ACL surgery. So I'm I had my brace on and stuff. I'm what the hell happened? Am I walking weird or something? And she's just do you just eat a lot or work out? Because your ass is huge. And I was a little of both, I guess.
Wait, did Viv say that or the friend?
The friend did.
Oh, that's funny. That's fucking hilarious. Shout out to the friend. You know who you are. Okay, so I guess we'll get going. So there we go. So Charles has been sexually harassed in the workplace, or technically in the workplace.
It was flattering. I appreciated it.
It's flattering, but there we go. There's our first piece of sexual content. All right, so the stories that I have this week, I accidentally noticed that I had a theme, and I want to preface.
I also have a theme.
Oh, okay, cool. We both have a theme. Don't look at the articles. Not yet. I want to preface this with basically saying that I am not laughing at any kind of cruel or unusual thing that has happened here. I am only laughing at the absurdity of the situation. So I guess the first one...
This does not seem like a politically correct article, then.
This is probably not... Well, no, it's politically correct. It's just fucked up. Okay, so the first one that I have is... here's the title of the article. Aggressive bear and her cub shot dead after climbing aboard a Russian nuclear submarine. Dead silence.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so according to, who is this? This is Newsweek. All right.
Am I allowed to look yet?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Okay.
you can look now. So according to Newsweek, a bear and her cub were shot dead after climbing aboard a Russian nuclear submarine docked at a military port in the country's Far East. According to a military spokesperson, the bear was behaving aggressively and had been spotted several times in the region over the recent days. The pair had swum across, and I don't fucking speak Russian, so I'm just going to make a bunch of noises. The pair had swum across the Krasnivka Bay of the Varnicha before boarding the vessel.
That was really good.
No, it wasn't. A statement from the press service of the Eastern Military District for the Pacific Fleet said, according to the state media. So they swam across an entire bay to board this submarine. Entered the pier zone of the deck of one of the nuclear submarines, and the bears were posed as a risk, so they were executed by one of the guys on board.
Wait. You're about to miss the best part of this. Usually using specialized hunting weapons.
Oh, there we go. Yes, I did miss that. Shot both bears dead.
Oh, man. I wonder what
Jesus.
Russian specialized hunting weapons are.
An RPG.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a
They
native.
probably just ran the nuclear submarine right into the bear.
Dude, I have no idea what happened.
That's awful.
Footage of the bear was released by the local news. The bears were seen swimming up to the submarine, climbing onto the deck. They were then seen sitting aboard before the shot was fired at one of the bears, believed to be one of the cubs. He falls into the water. All right, that's sad. I didn't want to know that. So basically, they're saying that there was no other. Oh, god damn! What the fuck? There was no other way to get rid of the bear, so they shot it. And I guess some people are. I remember reading earlier that some people were really pissed off about this. Which I get it. But when a bear climbs on top of your fucking submarine, I guess, it happens. Yeah, so that's my first story. So yeah, mine kind of fits into a theme. It's a lot of animal related, just absurdity. All right, so do you have one lined up, or do you want to tell one of our personal stories? How about you read a news article, and then the next go around we'll tell our funny personal story we had.
I'm still sobbing over this poor bear.
Bears, plural.
Bears.
Yeah.
So I'm going to text you the article. That way you can play the video. Because this video is nuts.
Okay.
So my theme has been Florida alligators, apparently. Because I saw this article, and it was crazy to me. So the title of it is 13-foot massive alligator snatches duck from hunters in Central Florida.
Yeah, you really do like these alligators.
Well, if you see the video, it's going to
Okay.
be crazy.
Let's play the-
I know a lot of our viewers cannot
so
see
go
it.
ahead and describe it a little bit before I play it.
So I want to reference that the news article is very aware about the story I told last week about the Florida man who saved his puppy from the pond.
Right.
So I guess this is just, I don't even know. This is just a thing that happens in Florida a lot. But this 13-foot one is crazy. This thing looks like a dinosaur. Guaranteed.
All right, let me hit the play button and take a look. Oh shit, there's noise.
Oh,
All right, can I turn this down? Oh fuck yeah, I can.
look at this thing. Look how big that thing is.
That thing is pretty fucking huge.
It snatched a whole duck and ate it whole.
What the fuck? Is that its mouth?
Yes. Well, its mouth and its tail.
Well, no, that noise.
Oh, that I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
Probably dumb hunters.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was huge.
Not super interesting for people who can't actually watch the video. Basically, there is a alligator in the.
Yeah. So we are pulling off.
Oh my God! What the
Okay.
fuck?
When we have discovered.
All right, there we go. Get rid of that. It just autoplayed it because fuck these ads.
All right. So to describe the video, there is some hunters on the bank of some shore, and they're looking in. I'm assuming. It's a lake. It's a big lake or something. because it said it was Central Florida, so it couldn't be the ocean. At any rate, you can only see its head and you can only see its tail, but they are widely separated from each other. And there's this full-grown duck just chilling, and it just gets snatched and ate whole by this alligator.
Did you ever see that video that Joe Rogan went and reposted about
On the golf course?
No, well that was fucking crazy
Like
too.
this thing is just as big as that.
Yeah,
golf course.
no, it was like a bird, and it decided it wanted to swallow this whole big ass rat whole, and it was just grabbed it and swallowed it entirely. And Joe Rogan had a fucking funny ass metaphor. He's like, "Do you not see how big that rat was and how small that bird was?" He's like, "Dude, that's the equivalent of a regular person swallowing a house cat." Like,
Oh my!
it was pretty ridiculous. It just grabbed this freaking rat and just swallowed it with like no problem.
I have a hard time like imagining how much a distance is, like how long it is. Mm-hmm. So I always try to find something to compare. So it's 2 feet shorter than a Honda Civic.
It's 2 feet. Oh my god! What a unit of measurement. I measure my alligators in Honda Civics. Oh my god, that's awesome. God damn. Okay, so I guess I'll transition over in
A 2021 Honda Civic to be specific.
Yes.
But it looks like Honda Civics have a pretty standard length.
God damn. What is their length? What is the length of a Honda Civic?
15 feet.
15 feet. Okay, awesome.
All right, you're going to have to jog my memory. What was the last story that I was supposed to talk about?
Oh, the pan.
Oh my God. How did I forget the pan? I can still smell it. So Trevor, when his culinary genius decided to cook steaks in my brand new pans that I bought for the apartment. And before he started, I noticed that the pan was already burnt. And I asked him, I'm like, what's going on here? Why is this pan already burnt? And he just casually said, oh, well, cooked the steak the other night and just left a little burn mark. No big deal. And I'm thinking in my head, how did you cook this steak that it left a burn mark? Okay, whatever.
That
I'm
is
just gonna
incredibly
watch
normal
you,
for me, so yeah.
I'm just going to watch you make the steak. Keep in mind, this is like, I have no idea how good these pans really are because it was brand new and I never used it. It's the Gotham steel stuff, and according to that British guy, this pan's supposed to withstand a lot. I guess Trevor's more than a lot because this guy made me cringe. He puts the pan, and I knew it was in for a good time because he puts this pan on the stove with nothing in it. And it's just a simple Gotham steel, non-stick frying pan, nothing in it, on like medium to high heat, and just has it on there. And I'm like, Trevor, what are you doing? You're going to smoke my pan. No wonder you burnt it. And he proceeds to just look at me and is like, huh. And takes the bottle, my good bottle of wine that I let him have some sips of.
I asked which one I could use, and you said to use the carnivore one. I was like,
yeah,
all right.
I didn't realize you were going to use it for cooking, honestly, when I said yes.
Yeah, now, so to preface what you're about to say, the reason I wanted to use the wine was because we didn't have any cooking oil, and I didn't want the pan to burn like the first time.
So Trevor's solution for no cooking oil is use something that will definitely burn instead of just, air. And I watched this guy pour this really good dark red wine, into this pan. And it within 2 to 3 seconds, it starts boiling. And I'm watching this thing turn into an icky, sticky, gooey mess. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I going to let you do this? And then he proceeds to try to rip his steak in half because it's too big for the pan, realizes he can't, and uses a knife. And then has a hard time cutting the steak in half with this knife. He gets it done, throws the steak in the pan. This pan is already probably super burnt. And I just watch smoke billow off this pan with the steak freshly put in it. And I just gave up on caring at this point. And I probably should have still cared because this pan probably would have been...
He grabbed his head and he just walked away. He was like, I can't watch this shit. And so, yeah, he kind of retreated to his room for a little bit. And so I'm just sitting there cooking, and it is just absolutely destroying this pan. This pan is fucked. And so, but I'm like... I had already cooked one steak and I still had like raw meat just sitting out. I'm like, I gotta finish what I started. So I threw that in and it's fucking burnt to hell as this pan was. I threw in more wine.
Threw in more wine. This pan is black on the bottom. By the time he goes to flip the steak the first time, it's black. And shout out to the smoke alarm for not going off with all the smoke in here.
We should probably be worried about that, actually.
Like, in the case of fire, we're probably just going to die.
Yeah.
I don't know who taught this man to cook, but
No one.
his explanation was, well, this didn't happen the last time I did this. And I looked at him and I'm like, So I've had this pan. When did you do this? Tuesday?
I think so, yeah. It was Tuesday night.
I've had this pan with Dawn dish soap and water soaking since Tuesday night, and the bottom of the pan still has crap that won't come off. This pan is probably done.
I had my cousin sending me shit, like, because Charles went and he posted it on Instagram and Facebook, and there's motion at our front door. I
didn't even get a chance to use this pan.
Yeah, and so I get a message from some people. Like, the Facebook comments were fucking hilarious, but I get one from my cousin, and she's like a culinary arts teacher. She teaches home ec, and she just sends me this picture, and she's like, "How did you do this?" If you guys get a chance to go look at that on either mine or Charles's Facebook or Instagram, I mean, it literally looks like I cooked magma in it, as Steven said. Let's see. I want to go read the fucking Facebook comments on this. They were so damn funny. Charles Willman.
Yeah. Honestly, my Facebook post got a lot more traction than my Instagram post.
Oh, it was so damn funny. 34 comments, yeah.
Honestly, as disappointed and frustrated and just ready to call it in on that pan and just call it a night and go to bed.
Dude, oh my God.
I had some of the funniest comments come through.
Oh, they were so damn funny. The very first one that I can see, but you can view previous ones, is Harrison being like, "Aren't these nonstick pans? Jesus Christ, Trevor, what the fuck?"
One of my favorites was, I don't know if I should say his name, but someone said, "I'm sure he followed up this travesty with a A1 steak sauce, didn't he?" And I read this comment, walked out of my room, looked at Trevor pouring the A1 steak sauce with a fork with a piece of steak and A1 sauce already on it, and Trevor just looks at me. I'm like, sure did.
I mean, some people had some funny comments, but I think the funniest moment I had was when later I was Snapchatting someone, and I had posted Charles like in the background. You could see Charles washing the pan in the sink, like scrubbing it, and the person responds, she's like, "Oh, ooh, you gonna wipe him up?" And I was like, "No, actually, I just fucking destroyed his pan."
No, you said I just burnt the hell out of his pan.
Yeah.
I died laughing when I heard that.
Yeah, nah, he was trying to fix a mess that I had started. Someone said, "Looks like you were melting aluminum."
You basically did. It's an aluminum pan, and this apartment has smelled like burnt steak since.
When I came in today, and that happened Tuesday, and it's Thursday, it still smells like burnt wine in the apartment.
It's so atrocious.
Oh my God, that was so fucking funny.
I've tried so many times to get rid of that smell.
Dude, who's this joke? Burnt pans matter.
That's my dad's friend.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, go look at this post, guys. It's pretty damn funny. I mean, it's such a mundane thing, but goddamn, it was hilarious. It had me cracking up like all night. Oh my God. All right, let's polish off this podcast with one last actual news story, not just our funny lives. Okay, so the title of this one, once again, I'm not laughing at the tragedy, I'm laughing at the absurdity.
Oh my God. Dude. Oh my God.
So this is an article from Live Science, and so according to this, the headline is "Lightning Killed 2 Giraffes in South Africa. Were they doomed by their height?" And I read that, and I was like, okay, I have to see what's going on. So it turns out this actually happens quite a bit. This is not some uncommon thing. because giraffes are so tall. Obviously, they're like they're like a lightning rod. And so it says here that thousands of animals, but not just giraffes, but giraffes are injured by lightning each year. So basically lightning struck and killed 2 giraffes. One had I don't want to read those details because that makes it too sad. We don't want this to be sad.
We don't want this to be sad, yet you're looking up articles where these animals are getting brutally killed.
Well, I want to I wanted to read something where it said that they were basically like so they were surrounded only by bushes and grasses. There were no trees nearby, and the adult male giraffe stands at about 18 feet tall. So it was literally the only target for this rainstorm. And so it killed him and his companion, and that sucks. So in the process of me looking for that article, I came across this. And 2 giraffes killed by 1,000,000,000 lightning strike in Florida Wildlife Park, which I haven't read anything about this, but
that was back in 2019.
Yeah, this one's older, but yeah, like I said, when I typed it in, this one also popped up.
Apparently, there was another 1 billion lightning strikes between 2019 and 2020.
I guess, yeah, billion. I don't know how accurate that little statistic is they just gave, but if that's true, like Jesus Christ, 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance of getting struck by lightning, and it happened.
I think it meant for like giraffe.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. For the giraffe to get struck by lightning, and that's what happened. Yeah, that one's crazy. It's like a blah blah blah. How do you even just like
these poor animals?
Do you just like when you come across the giraffe the next day as like the zookeeper? Are you just like, do you just instantly know what happens, or are you confused as fuck?
I'm pretty sure the giraffe doesn't look like it. It just collapsed. Pretty sure it looks a little bit more messed up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, are you like? Do you just immediately know? Like, because if it were me, I'd be confused. I'd be like, what the fuck happened? But like, I mean, do you just know it was immediately struck by lightning, or try to eat a power line or something? Like, I don't know.
You're right. I ate a power line in the Sahara.
No, this was in a wildlife capturement right here. So, I don't know, man.
It's either that or it turns into Freaky Friday and, the 2 giraffes switch.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. That'd be the worst movie I would ever see. Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to end it there on a good note. Thank you, Charles, for making that joke. That's pretty fucking funny. All right, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Weekly Charles, where Charles and I sit down and talk about strange news stories. We'll try to be back next week, but Charles will be in El Paso for about a week, so we'll see what happens. Might have to FaceTime this guy. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to try to be putting out one every week, just as much content as humanly possible. Let us know if you like this segment or if you dislike it or whatever.
They're all going to dislike it.
They might, especially with the stories that we just told. But so let us know what you think, so know if we should keep doing this or not. I've been your host, Trevor King Minor. This has been the lovely Charles, and we will see you guys later.